Hello, you Pisceans! Hello, welcome to this horoscope for February 2013 with Veerle. Oh my goodness. What are you up to, Pisceans? What are you up to in February? What an alignment of planets in your sign. I tell you what, I think you don't even know what's going on. Or maybe when you are watching this around the middle of February, then you maybe have some clues, but it is going to be a magical month. I hope it's going to be a magical month for you because it certainly has opportunities. I think most Pisceans have had a month of rest or a month of recuperation because you had so many planets in the 12th house, in that 12th Piscean house, and I think that's always a good time to rest and to reflect, and it's also a time, and I think that's important for all of us, but especially for Pisceans, to get a bit away of other people's energy, and because it's natural of a Piscean, not all of them, but naturally, it's natural of a Piscean that he or she receives all this energy of other people and then it sticks to them. So it must have been a good time to let go of all that and to have a bit of peace and quietness and silence. So, but now I think seriously, for the first 2 weeks of February, this could be the most important weeks of the whole year, and actually a culmination of so much. It's really time for you to shine out. It's really Pisces time, but on a very earthly, planet Earth way. And I know that a lot of Pisceans who have a planet or a sun or a moon or an ascendant in Pisces, sometimes the thing that they really don't like about themselves is that their ideals, they can't do them, or they prefer the fantasy and the ideals instead of the real world. And other rational people can really point the finger to the Piscean and say, hey, you're not living in this world, you're just up there somewhere. But I don't think that's going to happen to you this month. And although there are so many planets in Pisces, and although they are all going to hit Neptune, I think there's also another thing going on that really gives that balance. Because indeed, we have to be realistic that if all these planets cross Neptune, there's also a possibility of the negative side of it, which is deception and which is confusion and all of that. But I'm not going into this, not to do like that. I'm not going into this because there's another configuration going on that keeps it all in balance. And so there is lots of opportunity for a Piscean to get out the best of the Piscean. So because there is this Pluto and Saturn trine going on, and they are going to trine. So Pluto is in Capricorn. It's sextiling Saturn in Scorpio, and it's trining to Neptune. So Saturn is a planet that is the most grounded planet of all. So Saturn makes sure that you stay with feet on the ground, but you also have your ideals and your things that you can accomplish this month. But there is also this, this configuration of be realistic and down to earth. And actually these 2 or 3 planets, this configuration that is going on the whole month, this Pluto and Saturn, this Saturn in your 9th house of your ideals and your belief system, is really helping you to keep your balance. And also the Pluto is helping you to make it done, to give you the energy and the effort to do things now. It's not the time to think about it anymore, it's the time to do. And especially the first 2 weeks, I think a lot of Pisceans, they will accomplish something, considering work, or considering even maybe property or house, because your ruler Jupiter is now going very nicely direct in your fourth house, the house of the house, and the house of you and of your core. So maybe, but it could also be your work, that something is really going well for you, and you know, a little bit of magic going on there. Now, why do I say that? What are the planets that are entering your sign in Pisces? And of course, you've got Neptune at around 1 degrees of 2 degrees, and almost 3 degrees. The 3 degrees, you know them, the 3 degrees. Yes, so every sign that is going to enter Pisces is going to bump into Neptune. So Mars is going to enter your sign. It's there for the whole month, actually, Mars in your sign. So that already in itself shows a new cycle, a new profiling of yourself, a new showing yourself. And because it's helped, or how do you say that, supported by the Saturn and by Pluto, you're going to be able to do something that needs a lot of concentration and focus, and that you have done for maybe the last couple of months. So it's like a surgeon, you know, surgeons, they do something magical too, don't they? You know, maybe you had an accident on your foot, and you know, the surgeon, he concentrates, that's the Pluto and the Saturn, and he focuses to that little or big foot of yours, and they heal it, you know, that they fix it. And that's a little bit of magic, but there's need of a lot of concentration and focus to do it. So that's the kind of energy that you will be feeling. And it's nice for you Pisceans, that it's not, you know, it's very broad. Mars in Pisces goes very broad, and it's about doing something in a divine way. Not only in a divine way, but there's a bit of mystique around Mars in Pisces, I guess, and you are able to just do it in this world with that Pluto and that Saturn. So that is good, and it's only you that is doing this. You're not influenced, or of course we're always influenced by other people, by situations, but now, especially when you had your time in the 12th house, there's a possibility that it really now comes from you and not from someone else, or influenced by someone else. Now, another sign that is entering your sign will be, of course, the Sun and Mercury. So they're also going to conjunct Neptune and then enter the sign onwards. So this also shows that Neptune is very much in the picture for all signs, actually, but for you in your sign, it shows that you're going to be able to release that Pisces energy, to show who you are. And at the very end of the month, it's even Venus in your sign. I think at the very end, the 27th to the 28th of February, Venus is in your sign and bumping into Neptune. So are you going to feel romantic? I think you are. Because around the 24th, no, it's not the 20th. When is the full moon? The full moon is in Virgo, and it's on the 25th. So at the end of the month, there's certainly, whilst this is going on with the project or the stuff that you are doing, or something about property or about work, at the end of the month there's also that other person who's close to you who's coming into the picture. Now, if you are in a relationship, I think this shows with that moon in the 7th house, and with your whole stellium in your sign, it shows that they're even going to like you more. You know, especially with that Venus at the end of the at the end of the month, they're going to like you more. They're going to see you as you are, even more. And if you're at the very beginning of a relationship, they are really going to trust you. Even if they don't know you, they're going to trust you. So that's very beautiful. If you're not in a relationship and you're single and you want to have a relationship, I think the chances are very high that something is going to happen around the end of the month, because there is this focus on you, on the shiny you, and the mirror going on in the 7th house, which is that other person. You will probably attract someone who's totally different than you. And it's going to be a very interesting relationship. So that's also going on for you, Pisces. Nice, isn't it? I think that's already enough. I think I've just done all the important, the key areas of life, which is relationships and work and the home. I'm just checking if there's nothing else. Yes, of course. Of course. How could I forget? There is Mercury going retrograde in your sign. Now, that's why I'm saying that the first 2 weeks of the month February is going to be that culmination of things that are going to come to a head. And then there is a pause again, I think, because of Saturn is going retrograde the 19th of February, and then Mercury is going retrograde in the 24th of February. So I know that a lot of people don't like Mercury retrogrades, and especially in your sign, and especially in Pisces, it could be a time that gives a Piscean a bit of frustration, because you will have to overdo things. And for you, it probably will have to do in your communication with one-to-one, because it's in your sign. Now remember that this is only just a week or a couple of weeks, and remember also that after that period things will be changed for the better. So your way of communicating with other people in a one-to-one, not only in your relationship but maybe also with business partners or with clients, there will be a difference. You will do it differently. So you are probably going to reflect on your own communication and way of thinking, especially with that Saturn also going retrograde in your 9th house. So your belief system will change. It's on a changing basis for 1 or 2 years, for 2 years. So and the belief system that changes makes drastic changes in the other areas of life. So that 9th house is very important, because if that changes, all the rest has it has consequences for all the rest. And it's a good thing. It means that you're not going to be like that. I don't think Piscean is like that, but sometimes we do have our beliefs, and we don't want to be open for other belief systems. Well, some of them are going to crash during this months ahead with Saturn in your 9th house. But it's a good thing, because they have to. We have to change them every now and then, and we have to like Saturn, get some discipline in our belief system. So having said this all, I think there's nothing wrong for you Pisceans to put a little bit of mystery into your life, because that brings magic into other people's worlds. So have a good February, have a magical February. Wish you all the best, and see you next month. Bye bye.